welcome back to the Tea and a Buddy podcast. I'm Dominic.
And I'm Erica.
And this week is our bonus week. You get a bonus week from us.
I was trying to think of some sort of sound effect.
The air horn. The classic air horn that they use in everything.
Yeah, but I don't think that really goes. I don't know.
And what we mean by a bonus week, because you get us every week, don't you, really? But we mean like a bonus, kind of like, well, we're just going to talk about personal stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff that's been
personal.
On our... Well, we're not going to be delving into our... If people have tuned into this thinking, oh, they're going to talk about their personal lives and what's going on and everything like that.
Yeah.
No, we don't do that on this podcast. We're contractually obligated not to talk about our personal lives. We're going to be talking about things that I've just been, we've just been thinking about.
Personal opinions.
Personal opinions, and they're even more dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch you.
I'll have to watch you.
Kick you under the table.
No. Chance would be a fine thing. No. I mean, I probably am going to go off on one today. But I think you're going to go off on one too.
Yes, I'm preparing to be completely completely infuriated by the end of this podcast.
Completely infuriated about things, and there you go. That's what this is what I'm talking about. We're going to be talking about the rage bait and negativity that pervades on the internet. People on the internet.
Yes, internet people.
If the internet had no people on it, it would be nice. Do you remember back in the late 90s when nobody was on the internet?
Yeah, well,
it was so peaceful then.
I mean, you could just search for things. The days.
You could just search for it. You could do, what was it, Ask Jeeves? Remember that?
The
Ask
days
Jeeves,
before blogs. I think blogs was the downhill. It was the beginning of the end.
When people started writing about things on the internet.
Yes. Making their opinion known about...
When forums turned up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when it all kicked off.
Yes.
When it all kicked off on the internet was when forums turned up. He's like, well, actually, I don't agree with this. It's like, oh, and I've never liked that guy.
Yeah.
And then,
and then it was social media.
The world just took a turn.
Comment sections and...
Oh, yes.
And now here we are.
Before that, we had things like points of view. You didn't get that over here, I guess. But
I was going to say, people have always had points of view.
But we had a program called Points of View on the BBC.
A program meaning a television show?
It was a television show.
Okay.
Where people would write in with their points of view on, BBC programs and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Whether they liked it, whether they didn't like it, what they thought should be happening, just the same kind of stuff you see on the internet, but it was moderated by Anne Robinson.
Okay.
They read it as a go, well, I watched that last episode of EastEnders and I didn't like it. I thought that the BBC shouldn't be charging us for this kind of stuff and they should cancel EastEnders. Right? So well, don't think that's going to happen, Jane from Bolton,
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing. Now it's all over the place.
Yeah.
Channel 4 had a similar thing, Right to Reply, it was called. And, they'd talk about everything on TV, I think, but with Points of View, it was just the BBC programs. And that got criticism again, Points of View.
Of course.
Because, the BBC are just putting on their praise. It's like, oh yes, I love that show with David Attenborough, and I love this thing, and the BBC, great, love paying my license fee, yes, and I think it should be, they started joking about it on the sketch shows, Points of View is just, one big BBC pat on the back for itself,
I thought you were going to say something else.
What did you think I was going to say?
Not allowed in this podcast, I'm afraid.
One big BBC gravy train. Yes, that too. She just did a gesture, you see? This is why we don't get filmed. Because of the rude gestures that are happening in this studio. But yes, you're going to talk about nasty people on the internet as enraging.
They're just the worst.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really see them. I see them because it's my job to look at the internet.
I try.
Because Erica doesn't look at that internet.
You know what? I don't, because I just can't stand people.
I just can't stand people. She can't stand people. So, naturally, I'm pretty much doing this podcast by myself at this point.
You're constantly, like, looking, what... I have to ask you after we've watched something, what are they saying about this?
What are they saying about this? And I'm like, have a guess what they're saying about this.
And the thing is I don't have to guess.
I don't have to guess.
And that's why I don't go looking for it ultimately, because it's like, I already know what they're going to say. In fact, when I'm looking at TikTok, I already, like, on some videos, I don't even look at the comments because I'm just like, I do not want to, I don't want to know because I already know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I cannot open this comment section because you just know what they're like, don't you?
Yeah.
You just know what they're like. And I really think that people, like, there's that saying, they need to touch grass.
Well, it is a need to touch grass. And it's just a case of, like, don't, if you've got, my parents used to say, if you've got nothing nice to say nothing at all.
Oh, yeah. You do see that sometimes.
Pretty much everybody says that and if anybody has a negative comment about anything. It's like, I don't like so-and-so,
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like, I get very annoyed by how the entertainment industry has now become so focused on, what are they saying on the internet? As if the internet is the be-all and end-all.
No, you don't get annoyed. You do not get annoyed. You don't get annoyed enough because you're just like, I'm showing you a show or something, and you're like, well, everybody on Reddit says that.
Everybody on Reddit says, it's terrible.
Yes, and I'm
just like, yeah. And I'm just like, everybody on Reddit's saying it's terrible.
Everybody hated the ending of this or that.
Oh, yeah, no.
And I'm like, when is the last time that the people of the internet voted and they all agreed that was the perfect way to end that show? That was the best ending that there has been. It wasn't, because people on the internet are miserable. That is
miserable people on the internet.
And you know what? And this is coming from somebody who...
Don't look at the internet. We're all on the internet.
We didn't completely grow up with the internet, but we've been on the internet for many, many years at this point.
I remember when the internet was treated like a scary place. Well, it still is, really, isn't it?
I don't know when they got when in Britain, because
when in Britain they got the internet.
Well, no, in schools, because I was saying to you, when I was in elementary school, we used to go to the computer lab. Like, we didn't have the main classroom. And you were like, the computer lab? What?
Well, in elementary school, no. When I was in elementary school, which is primary school in the UK for people who are like, what's elementary school? Like, when I was like 6 or 7, the first computer I ever saw was an Apple
first computer.
It was the first computer. No, it was an Apple Mac, an Apple Macintosh, or an Apple II or something. I can't remember what it was. It was in like a room that I don't remember going in all that often. And it was just the one, and it was set up by a guy, and the guy had to sit there, because he was the one who knew how to work this thing.
Yeah.
Whereas everybody these days, if you find someone who's kind of like non-computer savvy, who's under the age of 80 now.
Yeah.
it's kind of an anomaly. It's a bit of a novelty that they don't know how to work this thing. But back then, that's what happened. It was like, I used to go, okay, you've done well on the test, you can go and have a little play on the computer now. And so I went in there, and it was like some sort of like, and the guy would be teaching me how to do it.
Oh, okay, the guy would. But it
was just playing the games. It was like, okay, you do this, and I was like, this is kind of fun. We need to get one of these. But it was like, they're about £7,000.
Oh God, I don't know, because I mean, I'm from a very small town, and I'm pretty sure it was started when I was like in 3rd or 4th.
You
grade,
had a bigger
maybe?
Budget than this small. This small island in Scotland, this small town island in Scotland that I was living in in 1992, 93.
And I think they were probably like old IBM computers. I'm pretty sure they were like IBM. They were not Macintosh. I didn't learn how to use a Macintosh computer until and I'm saying Macintosh, first of all. That's your first clue. It was like an Apple Macintosh. Full government name, you know, because everybody just says Macs now, don't they?
It's full government. Yeah. I can't remember when. I think maybe in high school, or maybe not even until college, actually, did I use a Mac a Mac computer, but and they were the really pretty ones with like the colorful backs and everything. Oh, the big CRT monitors with the colored backs. Everybody was like, oh yeah, we need to go back to them. They were great. Orange, blue, green. Yeah, I love them.
Yeah,
you know.
But when I was in elementary school, we would go to the computer lab. It wasn't like every day. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I was in elementary school, so I can't remember how often it was. But I remember going there, and they showed us how to turn it on, and they showed us, okay, we have to sit and wait for it to boot up. We were not going on the internet because the internet did not. I mean, it existed, but it didn't. No, the
exist, the internet didn't exist when I was doing the Macintosh
and then we learned
thing. I don't
typing and. You know, where to place our fingers and all of that, but like just the basics. Okay, this is how we go on, and this is Microsoft Word. We have to, whatever. But yeah, that was like when I was in elementary school, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no, in elementary school, even, all the elementary schools I went to, I don't remember ever getting on like a computer, like except for that one up in Scotland. That was the only time. It was always pen at the desk, old style stuff. And even when I got into like secondary school, we had like a computer room, we'd call it, like all the computers were around the room and stuff.
Yeah.
And they were old like BBC computers, because the BBC started their computers. They had all like MS-DOS and all that kind of stuff, and they just looked old.
Yeah.
They had black keyboards and kind of like beige, green.
Black keyboards. Black keyboards are a bit modern, I think.
Yeah, no, it was like a black keyboard, and
everything
like it was a bit. There was like a red.
Like...
Yeah, I'll have to look one up. I mean, it was like an old like BBC like Amstrad type thing from like the early 90s.
Yeah.
When they were coming out with them, and it had the green. Writing and like you see in the 80s movies,
I probably didn't go on the internet until I was like in high school, and we got a computer for the house.
I was about 12. I was about 12 when we got the computer in the house, and I went on AOL.
Oh, you were very fancy to have a computer at age 12.
Yeah, no, I can't I can't remember who convinced my father to get one.
You probably.
No, it wasn't me. Because I'd been trying, and he was always saying, nah, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't do it. He was quite stubborn like that. But then all of a sudden, getting a computer. He told me, I'm getting a computer, Dom. I was like, that wasn't me, because I'd stopped at that point, and I'd given up. You know, ever thinking I was going to get a computer, because, I need to do something, or, I can't remember. Somebody must have convinced him, you should get a computer and get the internet too. But even then, getting the internet, he was a little bit like, I don't want to pay for it, Yeah. Because he'd already paid like, £2,000 for this massive computer. I can't remember how much. It was a gateway computer. But I convinced him, we need to get on the internet, because I can't just be sitting here playing, games and word processing. The internet is where it's at. And so we got AOL, and back then AOL, if anybody remembers,
AOL, very fancy.
Yeah, apparently it was very expensive over here. It wasn't that expensive in the UK to get it. I can't remember how much it was a month, but you came in a CD, and you could have like, I don't know, was it 30 days or 60 days for like £20?
America Online. Oh, I really wanted that. You've got mail. That was so fancy.
Yep, and I had all the Americanisms. I was America before you were.
No, we had.
And it's so funny because when I finally figured out, I'm talking to people in like AOL forums and stuff like that, they'd be like, AOL stands for America Online. And, they didn't believe me. That they thought they were just talking to other Americans,
Yeah.
like they do now. It's just like...
My uncle still has an AOL
yeah.
email address.
Yeah,
I don't know what...
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what... My first email address was domw1969 at AOL.com. Don't have that anymore.
I will not...
I don't think, anyway.
Be revealing my first email address because the name was so stupid. And literally, one of my high school friends was like, okay, let's set you up. Because I was like, we had just gotten the computer and, like, I wanted to go on... I had heard all about chat rooms.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I was desperate to go in a chat room into another country's chat room and, like, talk to people around the world. I was like, I need to do this. And now look, I'm married to a British person. All thanks to the internet.
We didn't meet on AOL, though.
No.
And stuff. That was... I
never went on AOL.
Graduated off AOL after... We were only with AOL for like 2 or 3 years.
Did they make AIM available after a while just to everyone? Because my
think
father
so,
had
yeah.
AIM.
Maybe they did, yeah. I can't remember, though, because by that time,
that.
I think I was on Windows Live Messenger, which was the MSN chat room,
Right.
Which is where I met, which was where we first started talking.
Yeah. It's not where we met, but...
Yeah, because we met on a forum, on a Beatles forum. Those terrible forums.
We met on
negative...
We were on a Beatles forum. Yeah, just go on our Patreon podcast. There's a whole thing about how we met. If you're curious,
you got to sign up for it. You got to sign up. You got to pay us.
We tell the whole sordid story.
Just like every influencer story, pay us to hear our origin story.
But I think the long story short, we've both been on the internet for quite a while.
It's coming up to
many
almost 30 years for me now.
Hey, not that long.
It is 30 years on the internet. That's going to be the title of my next album. 30 years ranting and raving on the internet.
And I think there was a lot more curiosity in the beginning. I mean, of course there's always been...
Well, I can't remember
predators.
what I was...
and terrible people
At
online.
first, it was like the novelty of chatting to people on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, from other countries. I mean, mainly it was America. Because, as you said, like, AOL had this, like, go into Brazil, go into Italy, go into Germany, go into France, go into...
Yahoo were the chat rooms that I went
I'd go into America because because every time I go into like Germany or something, no one was speaking English, no one was speaking, everyone was speaking German, everyone's speaking Italian, everyone's speaking French, and it's like, I don't speak those languages.
I used to go in
I didn't want to speak to anyone from Britain either because I was sick to death of them.
I used to go in Italian chat rooms because I was obsessed with Italy, and I would try to get them to... a bunch of them would speak English, so I would try to get them. No, don't talk to me. But they wanted to practice. Oh, you're in America.
Yeah,
they wanted to
some of them.
Their English.
Some of them would go, oh, English.
I'm like, no, teach me Italian. I need to learn Italian so I can go there.
It's the U.S. chat rooms where they were speaking, it's like, oh, I'm from California.
But I think there was a lot more...
New York, I'm from Idaho,
I think there was a lot more curiosity and just enjoyment and just, like, people just wanted to use the internet to learn back then and not to just complain
there
about
was some crazy...
absolutely every minute detail about everything on the face of the earth. Like they do nowadays.
Now it's just a cringe fest. You go in any comment section of anything. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, do you like my new look? And it's going to be everyone in the comments. It's like, how old do I look? Oh, I knew that one was coming.
Oh, a new movie's announced. Just pure negativity in the comments.
Well, that's going to be terrible, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, this is going to be the worst movie ever made.
Oh, so-and-so. You were just telling me about some... radio news presenter that was just taken off the air. Oh, everybody with their theories and their negativity and
Scott Mills,
just
BBC,
guessing about
he was
what's
sacked by the BBC out of kind of nowhere. Everybody was like, it was a shock to everyone.
Yeah.
And I put up on Threads, it's like, oh, do we think it was just something that maybe the BBC could have slapped him on the wrist for, or was it something thing? Because people, don't you speculate about this? How dare you?
Yes.
Speculate about this.
Yes.
And it's like,
and then they continue to speculate.
Welcome to the internet.
And then
where someone says something and doesn't elaborate on it, it's going to get speculated on. I mean, the BBC can't come out and say, yeah, we sacked him because of this.
Yeah.
Because there's employment law, you can't, it's like giving a bad reference, really. Scott Mills, but, he's probably not going to say anything. He's probably sitting somewhere with his lawyer or whatever. But people are going, oh, well, not even a suspension, not even a warning. Oh, it's got to be big. It's got to be, ooh,
Yeah.
And it's like, and everybody's like, we just don't know. We don't know. We don't know. And it's like, yeah, but that doesn't stop people going straight to the instant negativity and, oh, this guy's a wrong un.
Yes.
Pitchforks out.
Yes.
And it's like, we don't know what happened. He could have broken a mug in the canteen and they would have like, that's it, get out. Well, having that at the BBC.
Yes, exactly. And I think that is why I don't spend as much time. I mean, I know you're looking at me like you don't spend time on the internet. I spend time scrolling mindlessly.
Basically, what she does is scroll mindlessly, but then you hear something she's watching, and it's like, I turn around, I'm like, what is that? What are you watching? She's like, I'll send it to you in a minute. And this is going on for about 20 minutes, this thing.
And then you open the video.
And then I open the video, and it's a little bird making a nest in a box. And this is what the internet should be about. It should just be bird videos and cat videos
in my life.
And just cute things all the time. Like I sent her a video the other day of an elephant rubbing its eye with its trunk, and you were just like, "Oh, cute!"
Yes, and then you open the comment section, and someone says, "That's the crappiest nest I've ever seen in my life. The birds in my window box make much better nests."
Well, yeah, they do. They do, because I can give them better. That I've got a bird that talks to me, and it speaks English too.
Oh. I noticed that bird wasn't using any animal fur to cushion for their egg. Well, that's why I take my dog outside and brush it outside, so all the birds in my neighborhood have plenty of fluff to add to their nests.
Yes.
And so my bird's nests are much better than this freaking bird's nest.
And did I tell you, I'm also the greatest person in the world.
But
thank you, everyone.
No, those kind of videos, I don't mind looking at the comments, because usually, and not always, but usually the comment sections are nice and cute, and everybody just going, "Oh, this is so wonderful," or maybe sharing a little fact about why they've done it, or how she moves her little wings or her feet to get everything in just the right position. I find all that interesting, but I very, very rarely will visit a forum nowadays, or I really try not to look at things like Facebook and other things where people are kind of talking back and forth, because
there's a discussion going on.
I just can't with the negativity. I just can't.
Well, no, it's just it's a constant stream of like, it's got to the point where you're looking at the comments and you're scrolling past all the good ones because you're like, oh, there's going to be a negative one right now, isn't
But why? Why are we looking for the negative one?
I'm not, but I'm bracing myself for it. I'm like, oh, someone in here's got something to say about this bird. It's like, oh yeah, this is a great video, but you shouldn't be letting a bird make a nest in that box because it kills them.
Yeah.
And it's like,
or that's actually the nest that they build.
And the best ones are the ones who have a profession. Lawyer here, doctor here. And it's like, we don't know that. Well, that guy said he was a doctor. And it's like, I could say I'm a doctor.
Oh, this is the other thing that you and I often argue about, because you are so quick to assume that every single person on the internet is lying about every single thing that they say. And that winds me up.
Every single person.
I just find that to be such a negative point of view. I'm just like, why are they lying about this? I mean, I know.
Why?
I know it's naive. I know it can be naive to to assume that they're
I'm not
lying.
saying I'm not saying that, oh yeah, they're definitely lying about this, but it's kind of like, it's a little convenient that, you know, oh, I'm a doctor and this is, you know, this is what you should be doing. You should be cutting your hand off and you know, wiggling it around for
guess
you know, just giving like advice and stuff like that. Because I'm just kind of like of the old school of like, yeah, I mean, fair enough, the doctor's coming on and said everyone should, you know, be exercising and, you know, eat fresh fruit and veg every day and, you know, don't stay away from the, you know, the sugar and the salt and everything, you know. It's like that's just general medical advice. So, doctor here, you know, you need to be cutting your legs off to, you know, you should, a course of leeches and blood and drain, you know.
I wonder if it's the...
And it's just
I'm going
kind
to
of
say
like,
something here where if we have British people listening...
if we have any doctors listening...
They're going to be... I'm going to annoy them.
Well, that's
here
the thing
because
is...
I really think that is the British in you. The cynical, like, sort of suspicious, like...
Yeah.
Just, oh, everyone's lying. Everyone is... You know, they've got an agenda here by saying
the Cold War. Yeah, no, they want... There's a lot of people that, well, I'm a doctor here, you need to be buying my stuff.
I'm just kind of like...
You know...
Let's assume he said he's a doctor. Let's assume he is a doctor until we see him, you know, in a construction worker's uniform. Then we'll assume he's a doctor because he said he is. Because why is he lying about this? He you know, he's not getting our business.
He might be. I mean? That's why I think he's lying. This hypothetical doctor, because he's trying to hawk some pills or some medicinal brew or the cure-all elixir.
If he's doing that, then of course you need to do your research.
How to get ahead in advertising.
Before
people don't, though.
Yeah, but they don't. But that's their problem, isn't it? You know.
Yes.
You become the police of like, oh,
well, I've got a police.
People are believing this. They have to be stopped. They have to be stopped from believing. Like, let people believe what they want to believe. I don't care. You know, they're going to anyway, whether you're getting upset about it or not. They're going to continue to believe what they want to believe. Ultimately, they look at this man in his scrubs. You know what I mean? And they go, he looks like a doctor. I bet he's a doctor. Because there's very little critical thinking on the internet these days.
Yes, the critical thinking. It's like people should just take a bit more critical thinking. If it was just like, I don't know, 5% more, we wouldn't be in the mess we're in today.
Well, yes,
I think this is the problem.
And I'm not arguing against critical thinking, but I also think I like to give people the benefit of the doubt whilst using critical thinking. It's just like, because ultimately I'm going to scroll. Whatever they've said, whatever I've read, I'm going to read it, I'm going to take it in, and then I'm going to scroll ultimately. I'm not going to let their comment or their video like permeate my brain in a way that I'm just thinking about this every day for the rest of my life. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
I understand some people probably maybe are. They are going to see that and they're going to go, Dr. So-and-so in the comments.
Dr. Tynan sent us.
That you should never, you know.
Shake a baby.
Whatever.
And what he doesn't know is that you should shake babies.
And they're going to make it their platform and they're going to go and spread the word of Dr. whoever in the comment section. Saying, you know,
Dr. Pimple Popper.
And this is the be all and end all because they haven't like critically thought, okay, well, let me go look at his page. Does it look like he's really a doctor? Is he trying to sell things? Is he trying to get patients? Is he, you know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't matter to me. I just
but it's in there.
Scroll.
But it's in there.
Scroll.
Yeah, because it's about critical thinking and about the you know, like the doctors and stuff taking it. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But that brings me to another point now, because we said, are British people more negative and prone to cynicism and prone to like, oh, everybody's, and well, tell me what you think. That are British people more prone to this type of?
Yes, ultimately yes. I think there's more of a cynicism there in thing. You know, there's like because
There's a
ultimately
cynicism and there's
people
a
who are like
longing for people to fail. they
that's
desperately want people to fail.
Britain. Yes, it's a country that roots for people's failures. But it also loves the underdog. It's like, good on him. Now let's tear him down.
Yes.
He's a success. That boy, let's tear him down. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be wonderful.
Why?
Whereas over here, it's kind of like, and that's ultimately why there's a lot of people who go, oh, America, because they're all about like, everyone is successful. Even if we're not, we're just successful. And we're going to do success things.
Yeah.
And we're going to make all the money.
USA.
Yes.
USA.
It's great. And it's just
Yes.
kind of like, whereas a lot, it's all looked down upon. Everything is looked down upon. And you go, ooh, they love their country. Ooh, it's a bit,
Yeah.
bad show that.
Oh, they think that movie's going to be good. Oh, God,
They
it's
think
very
that's gonna be-
American of them to
Yeah,
think that
it's like,
movie's
this
going to
is-
do well.
It's terrible. Yeah, Oh, look, they're eating that hamburger. I wouldn't eat that hamburger.
Yes.
Oh, who's
Ooh,
got,
it looks
who,
a bit
who'd eat
wrong.
that hamburger? Yeah, and I'm talking about that video. That poor girl
Oh, God.
who got that burger and she just wanted to come out for a burger and I was there with her and she was all, why am I being treated to this big show and all this? And then they put the cheese sauce on, they pulled it on and it just went all over the burger and her face just went, oh. Like,
You just ruined my burger.
You just ruined
Yeah.
it. You just ruined a perfectly good burger. I can't eat that now.
Yes.
I can't put my hands on that cheese sauce because my fingers
And
will
they
have
sprinkle bacon bits on top.
Yes. It's a neurodivergence nightmare. Who in their right mind would eat that burger? Invented that burger. It's like you're going to have to eat it with a knife and fork.
Yeah.
And yet, you don't eat a burger with a knife and fork unless you were my father in the 1990s.
And do you know what? And do you know what I was thinking, though, when you showed me that video? I was thinking that was something they did at some disgusting British restaurant somewhere.
Oh, it might have been.
I really don't. I really can't see
Could have been.
Americans ruining a burger, like dumping cheese sauce all over the top of it. I feel like I need to look it up now before we can continue this conversation to see where that
You never
restaurant
know.
was. Someone let us know if you've seen the video or if you know what we're talking about. If you've been to that restaurant, or I don't know if it was a restaurant or if it was.
It looked like a restaurant. It was a birthday. They ruined
do
a
horrible
birthday.
things like that at on these those Disney cruises and stuff. They do horrible things like that.
Someone dressed as Mickey Mouse comes in and pours cheese sauce all over your burger. You're going to be like, that is it with me and Disney now. I am never watching another thing with Mickey Mouse in because that mouse ruined my burger. I was all looking forward to it. It looked like a beautiful burger.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. And I was just about to freaking take a nice big bite out of it. A nice big McDonald's CEO bite out of it. And now I can't do it.
Yes.
But yeah, what?
Yeah, but yeah, what?
But yeah, what? Because you were kind of looking at me like, don't mention the McDonald's CEO.
Oh, no.
Don't want to mention that guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But no, it's about getting back to British people and their like cynical outlook and negativity and all that. It's like, yes, it's true. And you'd think, oh no, Americans aren't like this, really like this, like all rooting for people to fail and everything like that. But then you go on Nextdoor.
Oh, yes.
And then you go on Nextdoor and you see how wonderful, what a beautiful day in the neighborhood it is. Mr. Rogers would never.
Yes. Nextdoor is such a
It's like, well, hey neighbor, how are you? Oh, I'm having a cruise. This guy walked around. This guy came round and he was right there. Did you see him? Did you see that guy?
I wish I'd been filming your face just then.
Because can you imagine that? Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, that's a skit they need to do on SNL.
Oh, yes.
That's a skit. Is that Mr. Rogers goes on Nextdoor. He's like, hey neighbor, are you having a beautiful day? There was a guy right here in a
Someone
Ford.
knocked on my door.
Ford F-150, and it was driving slowly up the street.
Yes.
And I got him on my Ring doorbell.
And does anybody recognize
Does
this
anybody
truck?
recognize that truck? It's like, that was your truck. That was your wife. She was going up and down. I don't have a wife. It's like, yes, you do. I've seen her. It's like, oh,
No, I I mean, Nextdoor was such, like, whoever invented that. It's like, wow, this is such a great idea. Neighbors can be connected. They can watch out for each other. They can
Oh, they're watching out, all right.
You can go, oh, hey, neighbor, I need to borrow a cup of sugar, like in the olden days. You know, somebody had a great idea. We're going to create a little app, bring everybody together. If there's a missing dog, they can post that they're missing their dog, and the neighbors can go, uh-oh, whoever down the road is Mrs. Dog. Like, I saw somebody else post that they found a dog over here. Sometimes those kinds of interactions do happen on Nextdoor. I'm talking to you right now as if I go on Nextdoor very often. I do everything in my control not to go on Nextdoor.
We only post things for sale and stuff in there.
We just use it as a selling platform.
Selling our wares.
I can't. It's possibly worse than Facebook.
Our old boots and whatever.
Because
it's possibly worse than Facebook. Yes, that's what it gets. Nextdoor. It's possibly worse than Facebook.
It is, because it's like, these are people complaining about their literal next door neighbor, like the people that they actually live next door to.
23.
Oh, his chickens in the backyard, or his dog barking all the time, and I've gone over and I've knocked
He's always parking his truck on the street, not in his drive.
Yes.
And I'm sick of it. I'm calling the cops on him.
And then you have people in the replies going, you should call the police. Oh,
call
well,
the
you know
police.
what I do?
Call the fire department.
Call
the Coast Guard.
We do live in Texas, after all. Hint, hint, if you know what I mean. You know, you get that kind of stuff on Nextdoor, and I'm just thinking, oh my God. But literally, the most mundane things can happen on there, and somebody will post complaining about it. Like you just said about the truck. That's not an
has anybody got a
exaggeration.
cup of sugar I can borrow? It's like, don't give the cup of sugar to the number 23. She's asked me all the time for one, and she never gives it back.
She never brings me sugar after.
And then someone goes, yep, she asked me too. I thought I was the only one, but apparently she's asking for cups of sugar all around the neighborhood. Well, we need to call the police.
No, but the truck thing.
Yeah.
That was not an exaggeration. I have, when we log on to make a post for something that we are selling, I have seen so many posts.
And people who next door, and it's funny because somebody mentioned it in the UK, and I was like, oh my God, it's over here. Of course it's over here.
They'll post a video.
And it's probably even worse over there.
They'll post a video of someone walking past their house on their Ring doorbell, and they'll go, this woman walked past the house, and she walked down there, and then she turned around and she walked back. It was very suspicious to me. Does anybody know her? Has anybody else seen her? And they'll say, oh yeah, my Ring doorbell caught her too. She was going the same direction, and then she turned around and went right back past. And it's like, okay, did anybody's Ring doorbell catch her doing anything besides literally walking on the sidewalk past your house? And because I just think, when you and I go out walking sometimes,
we're caught on Ring doorbells all the time.
I've never seen a video of us, but I occasionally will see somebody's, like, they'll have a really cute front yard ornament, or like the flowers they've placed, or they've got a little fountain that they've done this way, or I like their bright yellow front door or something like that, and I'll point and I'll go, oh, look how good that looks. I really like that. I really like what they've done there. And I just think, oh, I catch myself like, oh, I don't want to point. I just kind of want to, like, just casually, because you pointed them. Head.
You pointed them, and then suddenly you're on Ring doorbell. Yeah. You're being recorded. Yeah. And like, it's like, and then they'll be on their thing going to go, who are you? What are you doing in this neighborhood? It's not a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
I literally am terrified that I'm going to point to something that I like in somebody's front yard, and there's going to be a video of me on Nextdoor going, who is this woman? She pointed at my house. Who is it? She pointed at my house at 10 a.m. Why was she pointing at my house? Does anybody know her? You know, and it's just like, oh my God.
Does anybody know? Does she live here? Yeah.
Sometimes those videos where people, someone was driving slowly down the street, someone would be like, yeah, it was clearly like a delivery driver looking for an address.
Some guy stopped and he dropped something off at my house and I can't open the door now because I think he dropped a bomb off.
Oh, no.
You probably have that and it's like, Kathy, that was your slippers that you ordered on Amazon Prime. They're not a bomb, Kathy. That's the kind of thing you want to put in a comment. Just go out there, pick them up, bring them in, Kathy.
But you did see, yeah, and then...
I've called the bomb squad.
I've seen people make fun before going, gunshots or fireworks.
Yes, gunshots or fireworks.
Because it's like, that's a very common post you'll see on Nextdoor. Or, this person's letting their dog poop in my yard. All the time and they're not picking it up. Or, oh my God, I've seen several times. This woman lets her dog poop on the thing, picks it up, and then throws it in my trash can. Like,
okay.
Yeah,
I know, again, that's probably, I pay for that trash can.
Oh, I don't want her stinking up my trash can with her dog's poop. It's like, okay, do you want her to just not
do you want her to throw it in your...
Because a lot of people, why do they do that? They bag up their dog's poop and then they just leave it there.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
I don't understand
that. Oh, it's
either.
Biodegradable. But it's like, no, the point is you've cleaned it up so you take it and put it in the dog bin. The dog waste bin.
Yeah.
Or a bin.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's not there, oh, I bagged it up and just left it there.
Yeah.
It's it's biodegradable.
And
yeah,
I've
I've
seen
seen
people
some...
saying, well, if I were you, next time I use the bathroom, I bag mine up and go put it in her trash can. It's just like, oh my God.
Don't give them ideas.
Just
on
don't go on Nextdoor. It basically
because people love doing that,
Yeah, but you're on Reddit all the time,
and Reddit is possibly worse than Nextdoor.
Complaining about influencers, complaining about celebrities, complaining about shows, complain.
Or someone comes on and goes, oh, I really like this season of, Outer Banks or whatever like that. And, someone's on, oh, yeah, I do too. And it's, oh, no. It's a terrible show, terribly written. I don't understand this. Why would they do this? And it's like, some of it is kind of like, yeah, you've got to stop thinking, sure, and I blame the entertainment industry for that, because it's kind of like they've started introducing realism into the shows. Oh, it's got to be authentic, got to be on the pulse, the plot has got to make sense. But now,
a plot should generally make sense.
Sometimes it doesn't. You look in the 1960s and stuff like that, all these shows, they were just writing, they were just like, oh yeah, hero does this and hero does that, and it doesn't, we don't know why he did that.
Too much magical mystery tour for you.
Too magical mystery tour. And it's kind of like, we don't know why he did that, but, it makes for a good story, and yeah, it's action and whatever. And they're kind of doing that with, they kind of do that with Outer Banks. But there's people going, oh, okay, I didn't get this, and oh, why did he do this? Well, they were doing it with Outlander. So like, oh, how did so-and-so know about this? Oh, I don't understand this. I love this show.
Yes. Yes.
So it's like, yeah, you love the show.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah.
I'm just like, why are you here? This is my question when I see somebody like on a forum where we're talking about a show or a movie or whatever, and it's just somebody complaining and ripping it up one side and down the other. It's like, why are you here if you don't like it? Do you know what I mean? Like, don't watch the show. Move on with your life. Like, there are so many other things to watch. Pick up a book. Go outside. No one is forcing you to watch this. Yes, and that goes for everybody on the internet. Nobody's forcing you to look at that influencer that you can't stand or you think is so stupid or you think that they're a grifter and they're, whatever.
Well, most of them are, but that's...
Don't watch them.
Yeah.
Don't watch them.
I mean, they're selling you stuff, whatever, they're
exhausting.
a grifter. It's like,
exhausting.
fine.
It's exhausting.
People enjoy them, for different reasons. People enjoy us for different reasons. There's probably I haven't looked for any criticism about us.
God, no, please don't.
Probably because I join in, really. I just
please
think, oh, yeah, that guy. And have you seen him?
Oh, I find her voice so annoying. So do I. Join the club.
Yes, it's just like, yeah. It's like,
I can't
oh, that
stand
guy.
listening to these podcasts because I can't stand listening
Hate
to
that
my
guy.
voice.
He's got a grating voice.
We're in good company together, okay? I mean, I don't know. But yeah, so basically, people have just ruined the internet for me. All I can do is scroll or, like, you know,
just watch animal videos.
Vaguely read news stories and try my hardest not to look at the comments.
Yeah.
And that's kind of
because sometimes the comments are
about
funny,
it.
you know.
I really used to enjoy a forum. Do you remember when Lost was on? Oh my god, I had the time of my life on the Lost forums when Lost used to come on.
To be fair, though, that show was ruined by its creators, by its writer, did suffer bad writing.
Yes, I mean there are some things that are just like, yeah, they were so good, and then it's just like, what happened? It all fell apart in the end. But not everything that you dislike.
They got lost.
But that show was so much fun in the early days of it because there were all these like little things that were hidden, and it was just fun to talk to each other about, ooh, what does this mean? What does that mean? You've never seen Lost to this day.
I've only seen like a snippet
I
of
would
the show.
kind of make you watch it, but really, I don't know if it's not really worth it in the end.
It's, no.
But that was probably the last time that I was, like, on forums.
Yeah.
Like, really hardcore on forums. I used to enjoy Twitter sometimes when, like, things were happening.
You were on Twitter before me.
Yeah, I'd get in there, like, talking to people, ha ha ha, laughing about
because
things.
I'd hear the every time,
because
you know.
I enjoy funny people. You know what I mean? And there were a lot of funny people on Twitter, like people making funny comments.
That's ruined now. All gone now.
Yeah.
See, everything's ruined.
I tried to go on. I mean, we created a Blue Sky account. I was going on there a little
Threads
bit,
is quite funny. Yeah, there's a lot that it was quite funny.
Is there not a lot of negativity on there?
Now there is. They found its way there.
They have to ruin everything.
Because a lot of people go, oh well, Facebook was ruined by when your family started getting on it. And somebody said that. It says, oh yeah, I think Facebook is kind of radicalized. You know, because people used to have all these like thoughts and whatever, and they keep them to themselves and they'd be quite pleasant. But then they went on Facebook and suddenly it was all, they went crazy. It was just all this like, you know, crazy conspiracy theories and everything like that coming out.
There are a lot of crazy conspiracy theories on Facebook, aren't there?
Yeah, and it's like, oh, it's because all the boomer generation and the silent generation got on there.
The funny thing is,
and they're all
when you post
winding each other up, going, you know what's right, and all this kind of stuff.
The funny thing is that you've got all the crazy conspiracy theories on there, and when you post like a legitimate news story that's like true and based in fact,
you just made that up.
They argue with you that you believe anything. It's just like, oh my god, okay.
That's not an elephant rubbing its eye, it's AI. And it's like, but this guy over here that's eating 12 cheeseburgers all at the same time, that's not AI. That guy, I love that guy.
Oh my god. But yeah, so I don't know, do the internet at your own peril, I think.
Yeah, I mean, because that's why they say, oh, I just want my little corner of the internet, and I've got my little corner, and I don't venture out of it, but then some people come in and go,
well, that's why people
and they get bogged
TikTok.
down, and they get bogged down by like one single comment where it just goes, well, didn't like that, or yeah, she shouldn't be doing that, or
I think that's
he
why
shouldn't
people
be doing
liked
that.
TikTok for a while, because the algorithm was so good, and it like really,
it's got a lot of ads on it now.
You could really train it. Actually, it was there for a while. Recently, I haven't gotten as many ads, but the algorithm is a little bit, since they've sold it, you know, it's a little bit not as good. Sometimes they'll show you like just random things that you're just kind of like, how did this get here? How am I seeing this?
What was it like?
Just not anything like negative necessarily, but just something completely random that you're just like, what?
They're just throwing out random things to see what you're into. You haven't trained your algorithm yet. They don't know you. They haven't profiled you. Because that's what they're doing. They're watching us, you know. Conspiracy theorists abound.
But yeah, let us know
on Facebook.
Let us know where you frequent on the internet, if you do anymore. Or if you don't, let us know what you do instead, because I really think that people go on the internet because it's habitual.
It is,
do you know what I mean? It's like addicting. And there are studies that prove that. I mean, that's not...
Addictive. The word is addictive. The word of the day...
And there are studies that prove...
Is addictive.
That prove that it is addictive.
Addicto.
And so people just have a hard time. I mean, I know that it is for me, but yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, there are a lot of things.
When you start a conspiracy theory, but you just don't know where you're going with it. Well, I don't know where I was going with that one, so you figure it out, guys.
Anyway, we've rambled on long enough.
We've rambled on long enough, and you're probably going to be either annoyed with us or agreeing with us by the end of this post.
Yeah.
So,
sorry this
conspiracy theory
podcast
episode
was quite long and random, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway.
Yeah, it was good. I think we got it all out of our system.
We did, yeah. I mean,
the rage.
Yeah. I'm not as worked up by the end of this
as
I thought I was.
I'm quite zen actually. I'm quite calm. I'm very calm, actually.
Yeah. But thank you for tuning in. We appreciate your support. As always, give us a follow on social media if you don't follow us already. We're at TButty, TEABUTTY across all social. Shout out to our patrons for their continued support.
Thank you very much.
And we'll talk to each and every one of you next time.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.